Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. Sorry, I'm gonna turn that down. Sorry, copyrighted. Yeah, we're live again. So big up. Yeah, link. I'm about to send the link now, mate. Don't worry about it. I'm about to send the link now. I've been in a mare today, so I'm gonna send it right now. Yeah, going. Come on, done. Get as close as I can. It's about as far as I can get without having it cover me. But I don't know. No, it's not that. There you go.
No, just if you put the table towards it. No, this table.
I can't get that table towards it. There you go. That's as close as you can get. It's fine. It's fine. Right. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. If you want to become a member, I'm going to put the link in the chat for the channel, and you can go and become a member from as little as $1.99 a month. I might even just do this as an open session. If you want to come on and have this say during the Grand Prix, I might even do that as well. So I sent you the link, bro. So I sent you the link. I need to send. Did I send George Rush? No, I didn't send in the link. Link for the GP stream. Right. Set that to Brother John as well. I swear I put it in the community chat as well. Yeah. Send it in there. But yeah, make sure you do hit that like and subscribe. What's your earning now? How are you doing, bro?
I'm good. Very excited. How about you, man?
I'm buzzing. Like,
yeah.
I'm buzzing. Like, two guys in second and Lonzo third. We just like. So I just get my beers out now and just sit and chill. Right, let's see how good Max Verstappen is, right? 7th on the grid. Come on, let's see if you can win it. Come on. We keep saying this guy's the GOAT. And he's better than Schumacher, Senna, Hamilton, all these man, right? Go and prove it. Go and prove it. Go and beat Hamilton on circuit, fair and square, when he's half a second a lap quicker than you in qualifying. Go and do it. Then I'll be impressed.
He won't.
Then I'll cut him some slack. He won't do it. He won't do it. No, not in your life. There's only one driver who will do it, and he's at the front. Do you like my new name? Like hashtag Team LH.
Karma for Max.
Karma for Max. The only thing he's lucky he didn't get is another 5-place grid penalty for what he did in Brazil today. Like karma's
true.
And it's not the first time. But for people that don't know, he was going to start second. He's got a 5-place grid penalty because of infringement of yellow flags. People are going to say, yeah, there were green lights waving and a yellow flag waving. Well, it's a yellow flag waving, you've got to slow down anyway. The Alpine managed to do it, so why in front of him, so why didn't he do it? Bottas has also got the same penalty. He's only got a 3-place grid penalty. But again, I will say, as much as I'm a Mercedes fan and I want Hamilton to win and Mercedes to win, that's not consistency. If Bottas has been penalised for the same thing that Max has, it's a 5-place grid penalty. Surely.
No, the thing is, Bottas was under a single wave yellow flag, and Max was under a double wave yellow flag.
He wasn't. He was again. They were both in the same situation. They literally came past one after the other, and one was waving a green. One was showing a green light, and one was showing a yellow flag. So there's been a mix of the two. So technically, for Mobile could have said, "Well, you're showing a green flag. What are you doing?"
In all honesty, it's very weird. Both.
He could have got away with it. So, but then again, it's not the first time Max has gone past the yellow flag in qualifying and been nicked for it. Mexico 2014. Sorry. Sorry. Just thought I'd mention that. Just put that out there. But yeah. Please do become a member. To donate to every month to was it Children's Liberties Foundation? How can I forget that? If you don't, yeah, so the updated grid for the race is down in below. I'm putting the link in the chat for the channel. I'll just put the link for the stream as well, just to be on the safe side as well. You know what I mean? Glad to see my actual internet's working fine today, but you never know. I actually would put it, should Bottas got the same penalty as Max for the same incident, for the same infringement. There you go. I'm gonna put this link. I'm gonna put this. I'll also put this poll in the chat. Make sure you. That's it. Like, let's get this watching now. We've got 4 people watching this. Get this up and shared and liked right now. I'm going to share it also live as well. So. Let's watch along. Give it a. So yeah, there we go. There we go. That's the one I wanted. So we're just going to quickly just do that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So yeah, what are you thinking towards this? Do you actually think like Alonso and who is it? Pierre Gasly can cause some problems?
I mean,
for Lewis today.
I don't think so. Like, Lewis has just been on another level, and I mean, Pierre and Alonso have been very quick as well, but I mean, I just see Max walking away, and that's it, really.
Yeah, just make sure if you do hear me, like if you do hear the commentary, let me know.
Yeah.
Do you hear the commentary?
No, I don't.
Oh, cool. So yeah. I mean, there you go. Look, 2019 Austria. Oh, what did he do? Bump someone off the track. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. It's like that whole incident. If we go back to the incident again, it's look, he did it in the middle as well. It's and he's done it in Monza as well, and then Brazil. Oh yeah. So it's not. This is the thing. It's like it's not the first time, is it? The thing is, the only reason it's happened so much this season is because Hamilton's not a driver that's just going to say, "Oh, here you go." All the other drivers so far have just been like back down. Hamilton doesn't back down. Not anyone. If you get in his way, he'll take you out. Not take you out, but you know what I mean. He will find a way past you, beat you. He'll find a way to beat you, and that's the thing. Hamilton does usually go in a simulator, for example. He's been in a simulator nearly every bloody week, like trying to find performance out of his car, right? And that's the thing, like, and that doesn't mean to say he hasn't been in the past trying to find performances everywhere else, right? He has done. He has done. But what he's now realised is that even though the car's not been great, he's been trying to use even things that are against him. That he's been trying to find ways of getting around it. Bargav, I'm going to put the link in the chat. What happened? Basically, Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen, when they crossed the line after Pierre Gasly had a puncture and wrecked his front wing, parked the car at the pit lane entry, at the pit lane at the start finish straight, and basically they brought out a yellow flag, but then there was like a green light waving as well. And what happened was that they both went past it, and one didn't improve their time, but one did. But both didn't slow down enough compared to the Alpine to into a yellow flag zone. And the one who did improve their time, no doubt, is Max Verstappen. Not surprising. And so in the end, they both got one's got a 5-place grid penalty. Massa's got a 5-place grid penalty. Now, the only thing I can understand is that Bottas did slow down a bit and did improve his time, but yeah, he didn't slow down enough. The reason they've given Max Verstappen a harder time is because he did improve his time and he didn't slow down at all. That's my probably understanding from it. But even then, my question is, does it still result in still a fair, is it fair for one to get a penalty and for a 5-place grid penalty and one to get a 3-place grid penalty for exactly the same thing? Because I don't think that's, as much as I hate Max Verstappen, that's not fair. Right? That's not consistent. And what we want is consistency. It's like the referees in football at the minute. And I usually thought the FIA were actually not that bad compared to football referees, but they're actually acting that bad. Right? It's kind of, do you know what? The actual controversy I've seen with the drivers over this incident in Brazil kind of reminds me, if you've watched the Senna film, I don't know if you've watched the Senna film, Tycho?
No, I haven't.
You honestly might want to watch it because it's about the controversy about what happened in 1989 and about the fact it's not the fact that they punished Senna for the collision. They didn't punish him for that. They punished him for using the escape road and escaping through it and restarting and getting back in the race, which is basically what the escape road is for, in case you miss the corner, right? And what they said was you have to stop because it doesn't respect the distance of the race. You have to stop, turn around, go back out of. And literally, they said in the press conference, they said that's even more dangerous to either stop, turn around, and go back against another car.
Yeah.
That wasn't the rule at the time. They changed the rule. They literally changed their narration of the rule to try and suit, because Balestre was French and Prost was French. That's basically it. Because that's politics. That's the politics of Formula One. Right, Prost knew he could take Senna out, though he was going to cross. Because looking at your board and looking above on the aerial pitches, he was going to cut the corner completely. He knew he could take him out, go to Balestre and lean on these stewards, knowing he's going to get it in favour of him. And it's exactly how I feel with what's happened here. It's because now the drivers are like, well, what's the rules then? What do we do? Can I now so if Hamilton comes on my outside, can I just shove him off the road now? Is that what you're saying? Because that's basically what you're saying. I could go clean off the road if it means I can keep someone else behind. So basically, I could drive someone all the way to where the wall is, which is about another kilometre further forward from where the corner was, right? And crowd them into the wall and then carry on. Is that what you're saying? that's the bullshit behind what's happened with the Brazilian Grand Prix, and that's why I said there is a standard. There is something you keep your stand. There is a line that you go past, and that is if he is still managing. If he's only just gone off circuit, fine, that's fine. But if he's gone completely off the road, where you could put another 3 fucking F1 cars in between him and the road, then I'm sorry, that's too much. And Jody and Palmer's analysis of it was perfect. It's kind of like what I did, to be honest, but I had to use still images. He was allowed to use his actual on boards.
Formation lap.
Yeah, formation lap is go. Look at this. They've already pulled to the the left straight away because they don't want to run on the dirty side of the grid. Now, people are saying about, because Big Gazzy's on the soft tyre, right? They could give him the jump into turn 1, but he's on such the dirty side of the grid. It might be Alonso you have to look out for. But to be honest, if they did get ahead, I'm not going to be too worried. I'm not. But there you go. Make sure you smash the like, smash the subscribe. Do share the stream, please. let's do this. Let's do this, man.
Any DNFs today?
What's up?
Any DNFs today?
Don't know. It could be some reliability issues mechanically. It is getting towards the end of the season after all. I would expect it from the Mercedes though, because they're usually faultless, and plus Hamilton's got a brand new in. Well, they said he didn't use his engine. That's the surprising thing. I found quite a lot. And then you sent that to me during the watch along for the football. Right? Apparently, they haven't used the new internal combustion component in Hamilton's power unit. You're allowed to mix components. You can't. It's not like you have. It's the third component. So you have to use it for the third component of this, the third component of that, third component of this. It just has to make sure you have a power unit for every Grand Prix. But you're allowed to mix and match, like depending on where the wearability is on each one. And there seems, if they haven't used that and they've still managed to get 5/10 out of the freaking car compared to Red Bull are in serious trouble with 2 races left. If Mercedes can do that, they're in serious trouble. I'm not even joking. Like, anyway, they're coming up to the grid now. Like, gonna get ready for the famous clip that I've got. Should have done it as full screen, to be honest, but on that day, but there you go. Right, so Hamilton's lined up on the grid. Now comes Max Verstappen. Here comes Tsunoda. Then Vettel with Esteban Ocon on the left as well. They're very taking their time. Like, take your bloody time with it. Take your time with it. So here comes bring up the time screens after about the first lap as well. Here we go. Green flag is waved. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my god, I'm so behind.
It's lights out. And away we go.
And here comes Hamilton. Hamilton gets a good start down into turn 1. But Pierre Gasly's going to try and time man the outside. But
Still lining up for
Hamilton's
me.
getting into turn 1.
Only now the green flag is waving.
Oh no, someone's nearly forced Verstappen off the track. Karma.
Yep, only now it started for me. Alright, let's see
Where's
it.
Bottas? Where's Bottas got to? He's disappeared. Why is Bottas? What are you doing? Wait, if he's not started, he's still he's still got his handbrake on. 11th.
He's behind
Bottas
Leclerc.
to 11th. Jesus. He's even dropped behind Perez.
Huh. One there he is.
Jesus. Wet. Yeah, I hope Fernando Alonso actually holds up as much as he did for frigging them. We got Luca as well. Hamilton strolls way into the lead right now. The bigger the lead, the bigger it gets. So here we go, coming out of turn 1, and it's Hamilton, Alonso, Gasly, Verstappen, Norris, Ocon, Sainz, Tsunoda, Perez. Stroll completes the top 10. Then it says Bottas in 11th. Poor start from him. Raikkonen 12th. Leclerc 13th. Giovinazzi 14th. Russell 15th, Ricciardo 16th, Vettel 17th, Mick Schumacher 18th, Latifi 19th, and Mazepin still at the back of the grid. I'm going to bring the time level just about now. I don't have to sign in,
Max already being 4th is worrying.
He's already been, yeah, that. Right, and
Stroll overtakes Perez.
I am so mugged off with I'm so pissed off with Bottas. What's he doing? Absolute mug. I don't know what he's doing at times, honestly. I know he's starting on the dirty side of the grid, but that's just like taking the mick. Look at that. Alonso nearly forced like Verstappen off the road.
Alonso? Ocon, right.
Yeah, Alonso.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see it. How did he gain so much places
So
already?
Hamilton's 30.1.
Bottas had a terrible start.
Let's see if he wins. Hamilton's gonna win. What do you want about? Let's see if he wins. Come on. He's got the fastest car this weekend. He's 2.1 clear already. Right? And look at this. Like, holding up the Red Bull already is the AlphaTauri. It's not going to last long as soon as those tyres worn out. But see, it's the problem is with this circuit, with the high-speed corners, is the aero effect is really hampered. You really want aerodynamic downforce on these cars when they're going through the high sections where you're going flat out, where you've got Hamilton, maybe now even Alonso a little, because Alonso's now 2.5 seconds behind. But Gasly, Verstappen, Norris, all these other drivers are going to struggle getting past each other because they are affected by the, like, Verstappen, we know, has got the quick car compared to the AlphaTauri and the Alpine. The reason he can't get past is because he's lost about 40% of his aerodynamic effect, which makes him about half as quick. So it means he's stuck behind these drivers unless he gets a really good last corner and gets a really good DRS.
And it's also a very hard track to
DRS isn't
overtake
easy.
on.
So, but
Yeah.
oh, Gazzy's worldwide. You mug. That's deliberate. Right, that didn't help. Like, Gasly, the idea is you stay on the circuit. You ain't going to get that from Fernando. He's now got Fernando to deal with.
Oh, third already.
Hamilton 1/10 quicker than Alonso in that last lap. No, Hamilton, just get on with it. Just like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's deliberate on inverting, isn't it? Like the AlphaTauri, all of a sudden the one's mysteriously wide like that, like he's one off wide down the circuit to get the Red Bull to assist the team through. Come on, Luke.
Okay.
Come on, Fernando. Keep him behind. Come on now, Alpine. Do yourself a favour.
No, this is what you get for trashing the hallway.
Right, come on, come on, come on. Keep him behind, keep him behind, keep him behind, keep him behind.
No.
No. Alonso, come on, man. Come on, Alonso, man. Great.
Oh,
Now it's
and
Hamilton and Verstappen. Oh, great. Here we go. Now it's going to be that fight between Hamilton and Verstappen again. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Where's Bottas in all this? I mean, seriously, come on, man. All you have one job. Every time. He just can't stay ahead of freaking Verstappen when Verstappen's back down the grid. He can't stay ahead of him, can he? Even Perez is managing to get by people. Come on, man! Get a grip.
Can no one defend all of a sudden?
Then Fernando just didn't defend that at all. He was just getting mugged. He just got mugged.
Exactly.
Like, come on. Come on, Lewis, you need to get back on it now.
Stephen, you're on commentary.
Come on. I'm trying to be. So Charles Leclerc's managed to get down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen now into 12th position. So at least like some people can overtake. Like, oh God's sake, come on, man. Bottas, get past him, will ya? Jesus Christ. This ain't a practice session.
So Verstappen, yeah, after Hamilton starting in 10th last week, and he starts in 7th this week, we see how good he is. But he's already in 7th.
Right, so Hamilton is now 4.1 clear of Verstappen, so he's pulled the back gap out a bit now. So he's, hang on, did someone, I didn't hear that, because he said something about his front wing. Yeah, I wanted that. So he's mentioned something about the front wing. We get Team Lewis Hamilton's radio in a second now. Did they say anything more about Max's front wing? Because one let's know. So let's have a look at
So Alonso at 2.3, gap to Verstappen at 4.1.
Oh, goes very wide, and Leclerc and Sainz manages to defend the 7th place from. So why is it? What is wrong with Bottas, man? Bottas is just getting dropped. This guy is a mug.
Let's go, Sainz.
This guy's a mug. Like, honestly, what is Sainz? I mean, Sainz has done well there. Just read Perez. I think he sort of knew that Perez was going to get by at some point, but then just decided to take full advantage when he went too wide. But like, why is it Bottas can't? He's like the only driver who can't overtake now. Thank God Russell's getting in this car next season, honestly. Like, because he's a letdown. He's honestly a letdown. Right? Bottas, we need you to win some points. Will you please get your fucking act together? Right? This ain't a practice session. It's not a Sunday drive. So Verstappen's got damage to his front wing already. So he's caught damage from turn 1 on his front wing. Job's a good one. So if you're a Max Verstappen fan, I'm sorry, it's going to take a miracle for you to win this race now. Like, if you've got damage to your front wing, anytime he's running the curb, all it's going to do is make it worse. So love your life. But like, what I would love life even more is if Bottas did his job. Thank you, Toto. Mate. Bloody tell him, will ya?
How can you be 11th in Mercedes?
He doesn't take any risks, does he? Mate, if he plays like this in the F1 game, I'd mug him, honestly. I'd honestly mug him, easily. Honestly, I'd mug him easily. Right, well, yeah, we know we're on the 8th lap now, coming up to lap 9. Now starting lap 9, Hamilton 4.7 seconds in front. Oh no, he's one wide. One of the Aston Martins is one wide. Now you've got to take the opportunity now. Come on, man. Come on. You've got to take it now. Come on. If you don't get it now, you are a mug. You are a mug. Thank you. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Get it. Come on, man. Get on with it. But it had to take a mistake from Lance Stroll for you to get your act together. It's a joke. now 27 seconds behind the leader. Yeah, that curve's bad, man. You don't want to ride that curve. To be fair, yeah, he's got a lack of power down that straight. You run out of power very quickly on that straight. So the gap is now 5 seconds. And another fastest lap set by Lewis. Right, another 28.1. So Hamilton's loving life right now up front. So let me just have a look at the Max Verstappen team radio.
So losses Hamilton turns 2-4-5. 2-4-5. You are pushing more in 12, 13, 14.
As long as he's pushing more, that means he's wearing more of his tyres, so that's even better. He's going to have to work harder to push his tyres as well to keep up because of that damage now he's sustained on the front wing. Just a little bit of damage. This is the point. No one wants to really make contact on anyone because the slightest bit of damage can have a detrimental effect in terms of aero effect, especially around circuits like this where you need all the aerodynamic downforce. And then finally, Stroll gets mugged by Bottas into ninth. Finally. Now get on with it. Right? There's Perez there. Get after him. Right? Stop sitting there like a mug. Get on with it. So we're now 10 laps into this Grand Prix. Hamilton 5.4 now. Another faster sector by Hamilton. Hamilton's just loving it. He's like, cruise control. Let's have this. Another 27.9 now. Like, this is like last season, man. This is like last season wonders. You know what I mean? Beautiful drive. Beautiful. Big up Talk MUFC in the building. Adam, how you doing, mate? Like, you must be loving life. With Ollie. I don't see what the problem is, mate. To be honest, I want to just say something on that. And I know I'm talking about F1, but like, I want to say something on that. Like, the way Man United have just treated him, as much as I wanted Ollie in, because I'm an rival, like, obviously. He's a legend at Man United. There's no doubt about it. The way they've treated him and made it look like it's all his fault, and I will give him some of the credit, will give some of the slack to the coaching staff, because I didn't actually realise that the coaching staff have been there since Jose Mourinho was there, right? So that makes it more than just an Ollie problem. Ollie was still the problem, right? And he needed to go. But the fact that the coaching staff like McKenna, Phelan, and Carrick is now even taking charge, right? And like, they're all still in the job. And all the board is still in the job, and the owners are still in the job, and the players are just getting that they'll get another luxury holiday or something. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, that is absolute bullshit, and they should be disgusting. That's like if we had Vieira in charge, for example. Say if we had a Vieira and it went bad, we kept all the coaches that have coached our team bad, and we mugged off Vieira saying he's the sole problem of our club. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, and like the whole of the whole of Man United as a club, and I tweeted it out actually, should be disgusted with themselves. Like, and the way they leaked it to the press, you know how they leaked it to the press, and he's like, Hamilton, Bottas going around the outside. Sainz, and no, he doesn't make it stick that time, but he's finally getting in this race a little bit more. Right? Putting some Sainz on serious pressure now.
Go on, Sainz, defend that.
Yep. So, but I was just quickly saying, the way they leaked it into the press before they actually announced it as well. That's even worse. It's like telling you it's like ending your relationship via a text or telling your mate first and letting your mate tell your missus that it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's horrible. But there you go. Lando gets past Gasly to 4th. Beautiful move there. Sold in the dummy. Goes running outside of him on the clean side of the track. Beautiful. Steve, mate, you free tomorrow for after post race? What do you mean, man? I'll see. I got loads of other stuff to do as well. I've got my own shows to do as well. I've got to get back to a full schedule. So anyway, Perez is going down the inside of Gasly for 5th now, and he's up into 5th.
Pit window open already.
Pit window open already. That's probably, I think, for a 2-stop, isn't it? It's 2 stops.
Yeah. For people starting on soft tires.
It's the show. It's the show. What time it is, mate? And I'll see if I can. I can't promise anything because I feel I got loads. I got loads. I don't know whether to do the post show tonight on the new. I don't feel up to it. I don't know whether to feel up to it or not. But then, yeah, look. Oh, Bottas, what is wrong with you? Honestly. Message me on Twitter and I'll talk about it later. I'm not quite sure yet. Talk about it later on DM me at SFeat at this. DM me on this. Right, and we'll talk then. Box for Gasly. So Gasly's so it'll be the soft tire. That's the soft tire option, isn't it? So Gasly's in the pits now. So right, come on, Bottas, man. He can't fuck. This guy is a liability, honestly. Get George Russell in his car. I'd actually take George Russell and put him in the car right now. I'd put him in the car right now. Do you know? I'd actually do that for the last 2 races. Right. Oof. And actually, Vettel's making a move on Russell. And speaking of all people, and takes 14th. So Hamilton 6.7 seconds now. Yeah, this is the thing. Watch just to work this out. At the beginning of the race, the first beginning of the race, Max Verstappen, the 5-place grid penalty, makes up 5 places. Bottas only gets a 3-place grid penalty, drops 5 places. Typical, isn't it? So yeah, Hamilton 6.97 seconds, loving life. He's probably opened a can of beer now. Oh no, he can't drive. He can't do that. So no, can't do that. So he's having a cup of tea, reading the newspaper, and feet on the steering wheel. Like taking the chill pill. Like wondering when Max Verstappen's going to turn up because Max Verstappen's supposed to be the GOAT. Apparently, he's supposed to be the #1 like of all time. Where is he? Where is that guy? Where is he? It's very funny. It's like Arteta fans. They all disappear when we're losing. Right? I did my match reaction. Right? One of them tried to turn up, and he literally lasted about 2 seconds. Like, so I just roasted him. It literally lasted about 10 seconds in my chat, and that was it. He just didn't come back. Like, why you like? This is the thing. They only come in when they win. I'll still be here. Whether Hamilton wins or loses, I'll still be here. I'll still do it. Simple. So Perez now hunting down Norris. And Hamilton won another lap with a 127.7. Like the way Hamilton's going, he's going to end up with the race. He's going to end up with about a 30-second gap on everyone. You know what I mean? It's going to end up like a 30-second gap the way he's going. He is opening up such a gap on the field. It's unreal. He's just doing it for fun. You know, like how Max did it in Austria, right? This is kind of like what he's doing now. Just dominating it. Like, can we race here every week? Because we race here every week. That's it. Red Bull are screwed. Unfortunately, we can't. We've got Jeddah to go to yet. But Jeddah looks more like a Mercedes circuit anyway. Especially now he's got that power. Apparently, he's not even using. Here's the thing as well. He's not even using the brand new internal combustion component or engine component on the car of the power unit. So it's not even like the full new fresher the internal normal combustion engine part of the car that he had last week. So the fact we're going into that and it's still fresh from last week, it's like for the next 2 races, mate, that puts him in even commanding position. And especially if he's now 8.2 seconds in front now of Verstappen. So Verstappen now can't do anything. If he did wanted to do something, he's already screwed it. Why? Because he decided to run too wide and wreck his front wing. Here comes Valtteri Bottas now, getting the DRS, and finally will make the move, stick against Ocon and get himself up into 6th. Next place up is Norris. He's finally getting up the order. Finally getting up the order. Is Jeddah even ready? Yeah, Jeddah's even ready, mate. I've seen it. It's quality. Well, yeah, I've seen it. It looks great. So just going to go through the rest of the order. Let's have a look at some of the battles that are going on here. So we've got a battle between Carlos Sainz and Stroll. But look at the gaps. Look at the gaps. Is Schumacher and Latifi having a good ding-dong battle. Max Verstappen pits. This is very early for the medium tyre. I don't think he can do anything though. He's so far behind. He's got such a problem with his front wing. Here comes Alonso down the straight. He needs to get on with it. He will get ahead. Will he get ahead?
2.2.
He's got to take time to fire up those tyres. Here comes Alonso.
Go on, Alonso.
Nah, he will stay in front. But Hamilton could take a couple of laps before he has to do anything.
Hamilton's pace looks good, like he's still got
Hamilton's pace is still good. He's now 27.5.
Yeah, and he got the fastest lap like 2 laps ago.
And here comes the Mercedes boys. And he's responding. He's just going to match it.
Yeah? Oh.
He's just going to match
Fair
it.
enough.
That's what he's going to do. He's just going to match it, innit? What's the point? Might as well just match it, innit? You know what I mean?
True.
Oh, he's 8 seconds clear up before he got in the pits, mate. He could have had a front wing change and still got in front. He could have sat down and had a cup of tea. He's miles ahead.
Go on, Lewis.
This like everyone had to watch me watch my
2.3
through Austria. Now I want to see Max Verstappen fans' pain of watching this, like of watching the GOAT crush him.
Oh, Lewis going on hard.
Yeah, he's gone on hard. Same. That's all he has to do. All he has to do is match Verstappen, and it's 10.2 seconds now. He's even extended the gap. He was supposed to undercut him, and he's still extended the gap. Come on, man. It's because you have screwed your front wing up as well. Like, I will give him that. He did screw his front wing up. But to be honest, even if he didn't, it is such a small break on the front wing that even if he did, he still would have been struggling to keep up with him, because Hamilton is on another level. Like, and this is the thing, you push in 2016 when everything went against him in Malaysia. What did Hamilton do? Responded. Right, he won all, literally. I think apart from the Japanese Grand Prix, he won every single Grand Prix to the end of the season. The only thing Rosberg did was he just followed him to second. Right, he didn't even try and challenge him. Like, you know, I'm not even be surprised if Mercedes have even taken some of the I'm wondering if they've taken some of the engine tone down. They might have done. They might tone down the engine. Oh, Perez has gone shorter this time. There's 2.7 seconds on that one. I don't think they're going to be I think they're going to be two-stopping in this race. Do you think they're going to be two-stopping? Let me have a look at your poll. What did you think of the poll and the penalties? Let's have a look. What did you make of that? Uh, 75% of you said no, and it wasn't. It should. No, you shouldn't. And 25% said yes. So I'm going to end that poll now. I'm going to put a new poll in. Is this a two-stop or a one-stop race? What's your opinion?
I'm honestly not sure. I mean, like, looking at Lewis single-handedly, Lewis could definitely do a one-stop, but I don't know about the rest. I mean, there were a few races who pitted early. Shinoda pitted in lap 10 or something already, so I mean, for some it could be a one-stop, for some it could be a two-stop. I don't know.
Alright, just quickly do that.
Alonso has had a very good race, by the way.
There you go. New poll going up now, so make sure you go and answer that right away. Keep smashing the likes, please. It really does mean a lot to us if you do so. Share the content as well, man. Share it. Like, we're doing this to the end of the season. So yeah. So there we go. Yeah, get on that poll right now and see what you think. So the gap is 8.3. So he's brought it down a little bit. But the thing is, if he wants to try and work his way out of this now, Verstappen, and try and win it, he's got to like really, really burn the hell out of his times. He does know if he wants to win this title by finishing second, he's got to reverse this one. He's got to win one of these races, basically. Because then, even if he wins one of these races and then does next 2 seconds with Hamilton first, and no one gets extra fastest lap point, right? What happens is then Verstappen wins virtue of extra wins. So, well, that's how it works out, I think, in my opinion, and how it works out, or how I think it does. But Perez is pitted, and now he's stuck behind Alonso. this is the thing, like.
Well, oh, yes, please.
Zara, could you get us another kind of Coke for us, please?
Sure.
Cheers. So average time loss is 24 seconds with Perez, and like gap to Alonso is 27 seconds. So he's gonna come out behind Alonso the way he's going. And Lando Norris is getting done by Bottas now. Go for it, man. Let's go. Let's go. And then goes Perez down the inside on Sebastian Vettel and takes the place for 11th place on the grid, to where he started on the grid. Alonso is doing well as well. Alonso's doing a cracking race. Alonso's a cracking driver, mate. And better than Max. Statistically better than Max. He's won more races. He's won 2 championships.
That's another thing. That's my
There you go then.
I've got a wisdom tooth problem, so I'm just.
Yeah, no, give it here. Give it here.
I'm icing it.
No, I want it.
Out, Stephen.
What?
Did that take your wisdom teeth out? I've got a wisdom tooth.
Lovely.
Yeah, but it's trying to cut through the other side to get the other side out, so now it's really sore today.
Good. A packet of peas. More my
I
Coke.
will pour that on you.
Alonso is coming in the pits now from 3rd position. So he's made those tyres last a while.
Turn that off, because it also turns off your phone signal.
So here he goes, coming out the pits now. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. But I think he's going to have it. He's going to have it. Yes, he is. Oh, yes. Alonso is going to come out. Is he going to come out ahead of Norris?
Yeah, inside.
He's come out.
Yeah,
He's come out
Oh,
ahead of Ricardo. Sorry, ahead of Ricardo. Sorry. So Ricardo's had nowhere to be fair this race. He's had a quiet race so far. He's had a very quiet race. Very quiet race. Oh.
Does it taste funny?
No, I just. Nothing. It's just really sore and tender, like something.
So yeah, very quiet race for Ricardo so far.
But you can see how red it is on the inside as well.
You can. They can't hear that.
Okay.
What is important?
Okay. So no doubt Perez is going to try and get by Ricardo very soon. And Verstappen sets a new fastest lap, the 1:27.0. Keep an eye on that.
Looks like Max is gaining time now.
Yeah, I think there might be something to do with traffic.
Yeah,
And then it's gone from 0 seconds. It's gone from 0 seconds to 7.6 now. So he's already gained 6/10 back. So I'm not too worried yet. And there goes Ricardo losing the place to Perez. Perez gets by, and it's now. So Perez gets by, and it's now going to be a struggle for him to get past Alonso, who's now on fresh tyres. Ricardo's had a dismal weekend compared to the 2 Ferraris. I think Ferraris have got that 3rd place wrapped up now. That's job done. Right. Unless they had a mare in the last 2 races. So here comes Perez now. Like replay of this move. So, out front, 7.7 seconds clear. Lewis Hamilton, 7.8 now. Loving life on those hard tyres. What?
Quite a boring race, to be honest.
It is a little bit. I will. It is a bit. It's not compared to the last weekend where you can see me. I could do. I've managed to do the highlights video. That's now going to be posted for the members first during next week. I don't think there'll be a highlights video for this one because there's not much to really highlight about, to be honest. I'd love to do a highlights video because it's a dominant win, but there's not really anything you can pick out that's like blown us away, is it? So it's pretty dull. It's like your usual thing you would have had last season, wasn't it? It's Hamilton leading, cruising, do whatever he wants, like pick up his family on the way home, like have a cup of tea, like have a biscuit, like
Have a scone.
Have a scone. Have a scone.
A mascarpone. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like it's. But there you go. It's like, but that's the thing with F1. Sometimes you'll get races where they're absolutely insane. Then you're gonna get races that are just not the ball. But then again, I thought with Max being the GOAT, even if he had a little damage to his front wing, I thought he was going to catch up Hamilton and overtake him. That's what I heard. He's so much better than everyone else. Well, look, if that was Senna, he'd still at least get up and challenge him. I know that for sure. And I know Schumacher would as well. Like, Schumacher managed to win 3 races in a car that was crap. And that was the crap Ferrari 96. It had no right to win races. Oh, look at that. All the way around the outside goes Perez. Leclerc holds him off. No, Charles Leclerc holds him off on the outside. Sergio Perez won off the road. No, that Karen Horner's screaming, that's not fair! But if you may not notice, mate, your boy Max did that last race, didn't he? Oh, and now he's trying to go on the sharp turn I think it's turn 10. It's side by side with the Ferrari and the Red Bull, and Charles. And Charles just has the giveaway this time. But it was like three-way between like Alonso, Perez, and Leclerc into turn 1. Oh, Durista, shut up. Yeah, and Verstappen has got damage to his front wing. Shut up, man. You're supposed to be British, for God's sake. Do you want to bum freaking Verstappen while you're at it? Jesus Christ, man. So much bias, it's unreal.
Wait, who?
Oh, Paul Duresta. Do me a favour, Sky. Sack him. Because he was useless as a driver, and he's back as useful as a commentator, as a chocolate fire guard. Like, drop him. Like, it's so much biasry, it's unreal. At least Damon Hill, like, actually properly analysed it in a diplomatic way, but still came to the conclusion that Hamilton was forced off the road. Right? Because he's actually a world champion. And he's actually had that battle before. Paul Duresta sat in the bottom half of the freaking grid most of the fucking time. Right? And never got to the top time. And every time he was performing well, it was at the start of the season, not when they needed to make the transfer moves, right? Towards the business end of the season. So he never got the move. Because he's a mug. Right? Because every time he got to that stage of the season where he could get a big team to look at him, he crashed the car or something. Right? Honestly. He talks about like he knows these cars as well. He had one race in a Williams. One race. And what did he do? He finished last. So yeah, you know everything about these hybrid units, obviously, mate. And look at Alonso going down the inside to protect down turn 1. Alonso will just run him off the road then! See, look, there you go. There's another Red Bull running someone off the road again. It's not the first time. Perez has been taking lessons. Yeah, but at least I will say, at least with Perez, at least he stayed on the circuit, innit? Like Max, if you want to once off the road, that's how you do it. You stay on the circuit, right, and you turn in the corner, like. Yeah, he overtook him all 4 wheels off the line, actually. But then, to be fair, he would when going into turn. What do you make of that, Tycho? What would you say to that?
I mean, let me just check the replay again.
Oh, sorry, yeah. But
Yeah,
how
I
much gonna
mean,
do that time?
Perez does force him quite a bit, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think Alonso is too bothered about it, so I don't know. Probably not too
He's always
much, I
bothered about
guess.
it, mate. Trust me, he's always bothered about it. Have you heard him? Him and Vettel are fucking quality. We got 27 laps to go. Hamilton's just. I mean, Verstappen's trying to bring the gap down, but it's like, well, if you get any closer, mate, Hamilton will just pull a gap out and pull a lap out. He's like, every time you pull the gap back a little bit, Hamilton just pulls another lap out and just gets another lap done. So I don't know what you expect to do, but like, I mean, he sets another fastest lap now, but I'm not too worried right now. I mean, Bottas has done 32 laps on them tires. Is he trying to do like 2 stints on one on a soft tire as well? That'll be a brave move if he does that. Right, so Bottas is gonna need to pit at some point. Oh, Hamilton's stuck in traffic right now. Right, get out the way, Giovinazzi. Get out the way. You are nobody that is now get lost, and he's about to get himself kicked out of F1. So do yourself a favour, get out the goddamn way. Right, you get replaced by Joe. I know it's for money, but like, mate, Joe's not exactly the best guy in the world. But like, just get out the way, man. Do me a favour. Like, this is the thing. Do you want to be that guy who costs one driver the championship, or be an arse? I knew Alonso wanted to when in 2008. He made it very clear. But I don't think he's like that anymore. But Raikkonen's in for his pit stop now. Very quiet weekend for him as well. It's been very quiet for both, actually, Alfa Romeos. They've seemed to drop off the pace at the later stage of the season, haven't they? The second half of the season ain't been great, has it?
I mean, they haven't been great the entire season, in my opinion. I mean,
well, they've had
it's
races
all...
at the start of the season that weren't that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, true. And with Giovinazzi, some at Imola, he wasn't. Oh, wait, at
Williams
Monza.
have overjumped him.
Yeah, so.
If you get mugged by Williams, then you are poor. But then they have George Russell, and to be fair, Latifi has stepped up a little bit. To be honest, I'll give Latifi that. He has stepped up a little bit. I don't know if is he in next season?
Latifi?
Latifi's still there next season, isn't he?
Yeah, Latifi and Albon.
Yeah, Latifi and Albon. Because it's all confirmed for next season. I'd actually run through that, actually. Let me run through the driver lineup. Driver lineup 2022. I'm gonna confirm the grid of drivers. Just gonna take that off. I'm gonna show you just while we're doing this, whilst the Grand Prix is going on right now. So the confirmed drivers. I might do a whole stream on this in the Checker Plug show. Does this look like a very good grid for the new season and the new rules? So here we go. Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell, we all know about. Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez stay at Red Bull. Same as Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz at the Ferrari. McLaren get Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo. Is still Alpine keep the same. AlphaTauri keep the same. Aston Martin keep the same. Albon comes in for George Russell and Nicholas Latifi remains. Bottas obviously goes to Alfa Romeo, not Williams, which is what I thought they would do. It would be a direct swap for Guan Yu Zhou, who now comes in Alfa Romeo, and Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher round it up as the same as well. So not too many changes, just mainly change at Alfa Romeo, Williams, and Mercedes. So not really many changes. So how long? So yeah. So there you go. I'm gonna bring back to the timing screens now. Do you think that's a good grid?
Yeah, I think it's very competitive for sure. I mean, I would have liked to seen someone over the show. I mean,
No, Bottas has got a puncher.
oh no, but Christ Almighty!
Why has he done? Why have they run him out that much?
For sure. Oh, a yellow flag as well. That's gonna screw Hamilton up. Maybe. He's never gonna make it to the pits, right?
He's still got a while, yeah.
He's going to catch fire if he's not careful.
He's just let the tyre go too much.
That wing.
They've kept him out so long. They've kept him out way too long.
Thank God for that.
35 bloody laps, way too long. Now it's going to give Mercedes lose so many points in the championship. They've been so good the races. I still think they were taking the Constructors' Championship.
I'm sorry, that wing's going to be wrecked. Can't do the one stop. He was going for the
He's got one. He's got yeah. The tyres got to make it now. He's got to do the rest of the race on them.
Whose choice was it? His or theirs?
It'll be theirs. It'll be instructed by the engineers. You trust in your engineers to do the job. They have more data than you. They have the data from what's on the pit board and what's at back at Brace at Brackley. Mainly the strategists actually get. If you look at Inside Story on how they won us, if you watch the Inside Story on how they won the Spanish Grand Prix, you see that the pit call for a pit 2 stop, which won Hamilton the race, came from Brackley itself, and they said they looked at it and it's similar to Budapest. So yeah, so it can come back straight from them. Well, he should be super fast now, but he's now 14th, and he's got to climb and get as many points as he can now. So the Constructors' Championship, Verstappen and Perez second and third. So that would be 15, 12, no, 18, 15, 33 points, 25. That's a gain of 8. That's a gain of 8 points in the Constructors' standings. So 3 points. Mercedes! I still think they'll do it though. I still think they'll do it. I don't think I have a problem with it. I still think they'll do it.
What's the difference between Max and Lewis now?
7.8. They're not getting him.
Oh no, I mean with the leaderboards. Like the standings. Let me check actually. Because it's 6 points difference now, as it stands.
Yeah, I'm going to put a tweet out about that now.
When you left remaining.
Um,
I can hear your commentary, by the way.
right, so I'd rather make sure than at least having a bias now. And
Steven,
what's that?
I can hear your commentary a bit.
Oh shit! Sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
Right. All right. Cheers. But yeah. So 8.4 seconds now. The gap between Hamilton and Verstappen. Right. And as actually the Hamilton laps science right now. I'm just gonna in the constructors. Yeah, I'm not happy with that at all. As much as I'm a Hamilton fan and I want Hamilton to win, I'm not happy with it. Right, because they should be doing better, and I do want the team to win. And yes, yeah, it's another fastest lap by Hamilton. 8.7 now. So Hamilton's there when he does what he's wanting to do. So I'll put that tweet out now. Make sure you keep liking and subscribing, people. Make sure you hit the share button, hit the subscribe button as well. Did you want to do the match review? Do you want to do the weekend review later? Or I was thinking about doing fan cams for this actually.
Depends on what time it is.
So sorry, sorry, no, bit out there. Just wondering what's going on. Sonoda's overtaken the TV for I think 15th place. That was 15th.
Yeah,
Yep.
15th.
So 15th. So very small vibrations on the front tires. Oh no 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 no. Oh, don't do this, please, please. Oh, Lewis, look after him, please, please, please look after. Hamilton's got. Oh, actually, Hamilton's got 80% apparently left on his tires. Okay, thank you, AWS. Thank you. They've actually, to be honest, AWS have been very reliable when it comes to that. To be honest. Yeah, so they've been very reliable, and well, Verstappen's been 60-40 because he's got damage to the front wing, which means he has to lean on the tires even more to get the turning he needs, right? And also he's having to try and catch up to Lewis all the time and trying to match him, which means he's having to take more out of life for his tires. So, no, it's that's the thing. That little aero brake with that front wing, that little difference can mean just so much. Like, especially when circuits here where you'll need all the aerodynamic effect, and that means now he's having to lean more on the tires. Now the points difference will be 6 points. 6 points, but no doubt, no doubt Perez, no doubt Max will pit. Oh, box, Verstappen. Box, Verstappen.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah, box, Verstappen.
We have a winner. I think. Surely.
Verstappen will just match, and Hamilton will just match him. Well, you could wait a couple of laps, go on the softer tire, get fastest lap. Could do. You never know. It's got what 15 laps remaining. If that's the case, then why didn't Max just do it like towards the end of the race? Why didn't Max do it towards the end of the race and try and get fastest lap and go on the soft tire? I don't get that. That's more like to Red Bull. We give up now.
You don't know how bad that track is.
Yeah, but no, but even I'm look at it. Now they're doing it with Perez. Is that I give up now? I wave the white flag. I give up now. Oh, and here comes Hamilton to match.
Yeah.
Yes, come on, 2.3 seconds. Just another set of medium tires. Just match him to the end of the race. Right. Then it's up to Verstappen or it's up to Verstappen or Perez to try and get a fastest lap out of him. So Bottas gets himself up to 12th now, past Daniel Ricciardo. Really, I would like Hamilton to get that fastest lap because if he wins the next race, he'll get 1 point in the lead going into the next race. That would be such a turnaround. That would be such a turnaround in the last race if you 1 point ahead. That really puts the pressure on Max. Right, the pressure will be insane. Because to be honest, like if you're going to look at it in terms of wins, Verstappen's had the most wins. So really, Verstappen should be way out in front. Right? You know what I mean? So like there you go. So like the people might say Verstappen's been the driver of the season a lot of the times this season, and they've got a very good right to say that. But in the end, if you're then 1 point behind in the championship, if that means you've been the driver of the season, they expect you to win the championship. So like. Yeah, lap it's the end of the race, Lewis. Lewis, you've got daylights. You've got daylight, like midnight, moonlight, gamma light, ray light, everything light. You green light, red light, yellow light, blue light, multicolored lights, dazzling lights, and you got Christmas lights as well. We're getting towards Christmas now. Like you basically all the lights in the world to win this Grand Prix. So like. Love it. Sorry, my mum's just dying. It's not COVID. She's just dying. Mum, die quietly, please. I might clip that later. Stephen just killed. When SFeatleyTV murders his mum.
Okay. Oh no, mate.
When SFeatleyTV encourages his mum to die of COVID.
I snuff it, see if I'm going to use it.
I'm going to take that as like the only highlight from this Grand Prix.
It is the only highlight.
We use that evidence.
Fuck me. Oh Christ.
You're not nice.
Oh, I'm not dying yet. You can throw a pen at me.
Oh my God.
Hey, you want to see it when she does it to me? She does it to me all the time.
You
Yeah, you do. I'll start moaning when I come out of a trance. I'm like, oh, shut up, Stephen. Oh, we don't want to hear Paul the rest of. Like, go boil your head in an oven somewhere. Like
You've been very hard on
Scotland to go back to yet. Sorry?
You've made quite a lot of death accusations for me today. I'm the Grim Reaper. For Max says I'm the Grim Reaper. Oh Christ.
Max, just do us a favour, keep breaking your front wing. Like, it really help us out, man. I didn't tell him to put him in a wall. I'm not that sort of person. And fastest lap, 1:25.2. Hamilton. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. You're beautiful. And Yuki Tsunoda trying to go on the outside and doesn't make the corner. Do you know what? I sent those suggestions to co-masters about like the different, like how the livery updates weren't quite correct. I know the alcoholic ones, they might struggle to get those through because they've done them sometimes in games, but not all of them. But and I think they'll struggle to do it in these days anyway. But I like some of them they could done, and then you realise that this race they've already got the different livery update already on this race.
Do they? Oh.
Yeah, so you might want to just ask him like at the end of the season, take a look at all the deliveries, and then do it for at the end of the season. So yeah. There's the most update one you can get then.
Did they have the Red Bull Turkish livery already, or?
They had that. No, yeah, for the Japanese Grand Prix they had that, and then they've done the livery update when they brought the Jeddah circuit out. They've updated it again. It's all gone back to normal. So it was only so they had that period. So, which makes it sense really. It's another fastest lap by Verstappen on 1:25.0. And no doubt Hamilton will just go out and just match that again and break it again. Like for everything that Verstappen does, Hamilton will just go and do it better at a minute. That's the thing. So no matter what Verstappen's tried, he's not getting anywhere near him. Anywhere near him. So the only thing he's going to do now, possibly, I do see Verstappen stopping again to get
For the first
fastest
lap.
lap.
No, I don't.
No, he has to gain more time though. He has to interval. He's 40 seconds ahead of Alonso. So actually, he can get by. He can do it. He can do it. He can pit and get ahead of Alonso and get fastest lap.
I think it would be too risky, to be
Perez
honest.
goes around the outside. Metz got on his side by side still Alonso, and he goes around the outside of turn 2. Alonso still trying to fight it. Look at this. Look, Alonso trying to go around the outside. Oh, Alonso had to give in eventually. No, Alonso did well, man. Alonso did well. Like, fair racing, fair hard racing there. Like, very fair, very hard racing. Oh no, sorry, that was Ocon. It wasn't Alonso. Sorry, my bad. I'm usually so good at helmets, but like that's so bad. Look at that, Ocon really sticking with him. If that's Ocon, I wonder what Fernando's gonna do to him. Like, but like, there you go. So just about made it. But here comes Hamilton now, 8.9 seconds in front.
Now, come.
Lap 48. Fucking hell.
You gotta be sure.
Come on, Lewis. You gotta get another. You gotta get another lap. Come on, Lewis. Come on, get another lap. Get another lap. Pull another lap out. Yeah, but he changed them at the same time as Verstappen.
Well, just after.
Well, no,
so it's now Hamilton's turn to get it.
well, not really, because he already had it and he's broken it again. So he's got to get past his traffic. To be honest, he's gonna try it. He's got to get past his traffic.
Come on, Hemi.
Right, and if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be Verstappen because he's 40 seconds ahead of Alonso. To be honest, so that means like they're gonna end up pitting. They're gonna pit Verstappen into like 2 laps to go, so it gives him a chance to get him to get the fastest lap on the last lap to stop Lewis doing it back. Because like if you did it with 3 laps to go, Hamilton will just box the next lap and do it next lap. And he'll get it because he hasn't got anything wrong with his car as well. Like, as well, he's got a faster car. Like, I keep saying that to make like an excuse or something, but he's got a faster car anyway, mate. So. Trying to have a look. There you go. So, let's have a look at Sainz. What's Sainz doing here? He's trying to catch Stroll with 7 laps to 8 laps to go now, including this one. So it'll be 7 laps after this lap. Oh, so like there's a bit of advice by Alonso's engineer to the car if he wants to do the 1-stop, which is look after the tyres on the high-speed curbs, apparently. I will bring the timing screens up as well. Big up Nathan, mate. Big up Nathan. So it's not been the biggest like the race that it was like or last weekend. I've got Watchalong highlights coming out towards that, but they go to the members first. They get 48-hour access, early access as part of their membership. You can do that too by becoming a member. Little as $1.99 a month for the first member. To get that sort of perk though, you'd have to do it at level 2, which is $4.99. Oh, George Russell. George Russell's got a puncher.
Oh, no, what? So many punches today. Oh, this entire race week.
High loads. It's because they said this is the highest load that Pirelli have ever seen at this circuit. This is the thing. Hence why, like, if you're pushing your tyres so far, they've been causing punches. What's Bottas in the pits? Oh, pits. Hamilton. Bottas is out.
Bottas.
Bottas
No way.
is out. Bottas is out of the race.
Oh, what's that?
It's down to 3 points. 3 points the gap now. There's such a gap in the championship. Right? What the hell? So Bottas is now out of the race. Right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe because they wrecked the floor on the way. Because he wrecked the floor, he was pushing so hard to get back. He's probably wrecked the floor. That's probably what's happened. Means he's probably said he's got no grip to be able to get past anyone else. If that's the case, then maybe it's a better option to save the fuel, save the engine, save the power unit. Sorry. So he's coming on the curbs. Yeah, he's running along the curbs and bang. That curve's called the puncher. So no, yeah, man, that's why Alonso is at risk of getting a puncher. Yeah, they told him to stay off the curbs, mate. They've told him to stay off the curbs. I'm gonna bring the. Oh, don't know where my timing screen's gone. Where's my timing screen's gone? I'm going to bring my timing screens back. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe. If you could share it to anyone you know that is an F1 fan, it'd be really important you do that for us. Trying and growing the fan base here as much as we can. I said 2 stop at the start of the race. That's the thing. I didn't know which way because I haven't seen. I haven't been in. Don't really know this track too well. The same as Saudi Arabia, we don't know as well. Latifi's got a puncher.
Oh my god.
Latifi's
And that's a
got
hard puncher.
That's a hard puncher. No, why? And it's because they've said this race. They've said in this Grand
What is this
Prix.
ball?
No, the problem is that no, Bottas is. I think they've wrecked the floor, so he couldn't get any further than he could.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the reason everyone's getting punches is because they've said this is the highest load throughout a lap they've ever seen these Pirelli tyres do. Right? It's constantly at some point at a load. It's constantly on load because I think this track, if you look at it, it's not really been designed as an F1 circuit as such. If you've seen others, if you look at others look like an F1 circuit. This more looks like a MotoGP circuit. How one then flows into the other, and then it flows into the other, and it flows into the other. You see what I mean? And it's like what a 2-wheel sort of race would do, right? Where the bike would you lift up and then roll into the next one. Whereas this, and hence why they're in so high loads because they're constantly turning left and right. So and Latifi's not getting back to the pits on that one. He's out. So that's why it's cost. That's why they've said it's always under load at some sort of load at some point. So they're always under pressure. So they're always like.
Latifi didn't make it.
Yeah, so sorry for Latifi, but he's out. But that's why there's always been a problem with that's why I thought there might be a problem with these tires if they're not careful. I think I said one stop could work if you really looked after them, but then 2 stop will probably be the most fast and the most likely. And then you're always going to get drivers like Latifi, and we're going to try it. Same as like Ocon had might as well have tried it as well. And I think he's trying
I think
it.
Hamilton can. Do you think Hamilton can still get the fastest lap
I hope so.
if he tries?
If
Yeah.
he tries. I hope so. I think he's just saving it up. I think he's in traffic in a minute. Alonso might be fine. We don't know. That's a good point, mate. That's a good point. He's been told to stay off the clouds for the meanwhile. And if anyone can make it work, it is Fernando. Fernando is a very exceptional driver. Right. So I wouldn't rule him out of doing it. Come on, man. Like, I'm hoping that Hamilton can get the fastest on that. Really, really do. He needs it. He needs it. He needs every single point he can get. So another fastest lap by Max Verstappen.
Mm.
We got on Monday. My boy,
Yo.
how you doing?
Yes.
So, can you hear anything? My background.
No,
No.
you're right.
Okay, good. How you doing, Tycho? How you doing, Steven?
Yeah, we're not doing bad, man.
Good.
We're not bad. It's not been the greatest of race compared to Brazil, but alright, Hamilton's taking a chill pill, having a cup of tea, like out reading the newspaper, like smoking a cigar.
But his number two driver, man.
Yeah, he's been poor this weekend. He's been poor
Yeah.
this race, but they boxed it. I think they retired him because virtual safety car now. Virtual safety car.
For what?
So
Can you hear a
there's
bit of
virtual safety car.
commentary?
It must be because of debris or something. I don't know. But they're just retrieving Latifi's car. At the minute, and they usually do this for any time that Marshall gets on the circuit.
Max has got the fastest lap.
He's got the fastest lap at the minute, which means it'll be if Hamilton won the next race and it stayed like it is, it'd be 1 point, like in the final race. But let's have a look at Schumacher.
Now it's 7.
What's that with him? Schumacher just understeers wide, way wide, so he doesn't have a puncher himself. So Max Verstappen is in the pits. So they're going for the soft tire.
Is he really gonna? Yes, what? That's just stupid.
He's going for fastest.
You already has it.
So do you think Lewis should go in the pits as well now?
No, no point.
No, too late.
Because he wouldn't. Because when he gets in the pits and comes back out, it's last lap. He doesn't get.
See. Okay.
So yeah. So that I was expecting that anyway.
That's why Bottas, I've said, messed up.
Alonso,
he could have gone in and pitted in, tried to take the point off.
But I also think,
Max.
but I think also but the problem is when you have a puncher, you wreck the floor of the car, and if you let the floor of the car, that's where a lot of downforce is created. And in these high sections, you would have no downforce, no balance whatsoever. It's kind of like driving with about a 2-3 second disadvantage on you. So
that's what I mean. How can you have such a poor start, then get a punch? He just he's not helping his team out at all, man.
Because he's drove 35 laps on those tires, and what's happened is
I know why, but I'm just saying, like the whole thing about Bottas.
I understand that.
Clearly,
because like he's
disappointing, man.
Yeah, I get that because in the position they're in, they've had to go out and stretch long, but Mercedes didn't really help by pushing that long. But I see where you're getting with Bottas. They wouldn't have to push that long if he was out, like
Steve.
out there anyway.
Steve, can I ask a question, bro? Like the other day, we done this poll to see who the best drivers on the grid, and we put Bottas at 11th.
Okay, who's ahead of him?
Well, Hamilton, Verstappen, Alonso, Vettel, Perez, Leclerc.
Perez. Whoa, Perez. I would hold the phone.
Really? Okay. who's the guy? The Lando Norris,
Can I just make a point? Because Red Bull,
Ricardo.
because
Yeah, go on.
the thing is, Red Bull have had the fastest car most of the season, and yet they're still 3 points behind in the championship. So what does that tell you? That tells you Perez is not doing his job as well as Bottas is.
What I have to counter that? Don't you think Perez has got to get used to a Max, a car that's suited to Max?
No, because that car has always been designed by Max, and to be fair, when Hamilton's had a poor showing, Bottas has stepped up the plate. Whenever Verstappen's had a poor showing, Perez has not really been there. Yeah, he won in Azerbaijan. It's only because Hamilton locked up in turn 1. But anyway,
I don't know. I think it's
the last corner now. Anyway, Hamilton, is he going to get the fastest lap on the last lap? We'll wait and see. He comes around the last turn to take the Qatar Grand Prix here in Qatar. Is it? No, it won't be. It will be fastest lap for Verstappen. Come on. Right, it's now 8 points in the championship. Right,
7.
This, what?
It's 7 points.
7 points? No, it's
Yeah.
not.
It is. I counted it already.
It's 8 points.
No, it's 7, mate, as well.
No, it's 8 points. It's 8 points. Because it was 14 points. It would have been 7 points if it was just like finished as they were without fastest lap. Because Verstappen's got fastest lap, right? He will get an extra point, so it's 8 points.
Ahead or behind?
Behind.
Yeah.
So it's 8 points. Because at the time we said that, Hamilton had the fastest lap, so it would have been 6 points. So you took take the point off Hamilton.
Yeah.
And Verstappen is in 8 points.
So what happens if there's 2 races left after this?
Alonso's on the podium. Alonso's on the podium. He made the tyres last.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Made the tyres last.
Brilliant. So is a lot. Who's just to give me a top 5 on the grid at the moment? Top 5 races, not all time. Today, who are the best races on the grid?
Hamilton.
In order.
Hamilton, Verstappen.
Hold on. I put Hamilton, Alonso better than Verstappen. But anyway, go on.
Hang on. If you want to go and buy statistics, here you go. If you really want to go by statistics, and I'll go by statistics. Hang on. Before I say anything, I've got to. Whenever I say statistics, I've got to play this clip.
I've got very specific statistics, and I've got certificates to prove it, mate.
My statistics. Right, it says that he's big up.
While you bury him. Big up while you bury him.
Yeah, it's Hamilton. So statistically wise, on the record books, it's Hamilton, it's Vettel, it's then Alonso, I think it is. Yeah, Alonso. Raikkonen will be in there because he's won the championship.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the best driver. Is Raikkonen still at championship level?
No, I'm just saying if you wanted to do it statistically. But
I'm talking about now.
If you're going
today on the grid,
2021,
who's the best drivers?
On form, like
not form, just yeah. But who's the best drivers with all criteria considered?
Right, Hamilton, Verstappen, I'd say at the minute, obviously. Then you'd say Leclerc's up there. Lando Norris is up there. That's 4. George Russell's up there. That's 5.
George Russell. Really?
He got second on the podium. Right. All right. Yeah. He only did qualifying for that race, but like he's done second in a Mercedes in a Williams to get second on the grid in a Williams.
So do you think I'm surprised by that. I had George Russell well down on my list.
No.
Not well down, but above. Do you think George Russell's better, as good as? Do you think he's better than Bottas then, George Russell?
Look what he did in Sakir.
What did he do?
When Hamilton had COVID, he took over at Mercedes.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Okay. And he should have won.
Yeah, he should have won that Grand Prix by a mile. right? It would have
So the question I think was, if you put everyone in the same car, who would be the right now? Say who would be the best? So you got
right now Hamilton, Verstappen. Do you know what? No, it's actually, if you're putting them in the same car, Hamilton.
So I put Hamilton, Alonso, Max.
Alonso, I wouldn't say is the as fast now. I'd say Hamilton. I'd say Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell, Max, Alonso.
Norris.
No, Norris fifth. Norris fifth.
Okay,
that's
interesting.
Right, because the reason I put that there is because Max has not been able to have to deal with a substandard car since he was in Toro Rosso. George Russell has had to find every single little bit of performance he can from himself and the car. Same as Leclerc's had to do that very recently as well. Same as I could see how Verstappen's face. He is nervous. He's rattled, mate. He's like, what the hell is going on? I don't know what's going on anymore. Like,
exciting climax of the season, isn't it?
What a
well, Stephen, sorry, I know I keep distracted. Okay, but what do you think's happened to where's Lewis found all this pace from all of a sudden?
It's not just everyone says it's an internal combustion engine, which apparently was not implied to this car during this Grand Prix. It was not in there in qualifying. That new engine that they had for Brazil was not in that car this weekend.
Okay.
Right? So that means they have genuinely now apparently Red Bull have said because they can't like Red Bull had this limbo wing which limboed like at the start of the season, right? Now Mercedes seem to have their sort of more flexible rear wing, and because it's gone under such pressure during high speed, right? They've now formed a protest, but because all the tests are done statically, right? It means that it doesn't move when it's static. It only moves when it's flowing, right? And you can't see it with a camera unless it's a really, really high visibility shot.
Okay.
So, and you only get a still. You only get a live video. You don't see the live video yet because it's hidden very well. So at the minute, it's all passed in very good various tests. Now they're saying it's doing its job because it's the speed traps are now gone back to normal, right? So if that's the case, then what they've found in qualifying and what they've managed to find in this Grand Prix, which is Hamilton just whatever Max did, he just matched it, right, and just did and also in qualifying just pulled out laps like it was for fun, like he was doing last season. That clearly that's what last season looked. It looked like this race looked like last season. Just had complete control. So it looks to me that is just genuine fast pace. That is them have set up in the car. It's kind of like 2018. 2018, they had a car that was like a diva. They called it as a diva. It was very temperamental. Beginning of the season, cold tires all the time. It was very hard to get the setup right. When they found the sweet spot, Germany, Hungary, Belgium not so much, but still there with the Ferrari doing everything they can. Right, Italy, Russia, Singapore the most because Singapore they were supposed to be 5th or 6th behind in the Red Bulls, who were usually 3/4 tenths off them because it's a long base wheel car. He ended up pulling a lap that even the pit wall like, where's he got that from? And that's just Hamilton himself.
Okay.
You see with Bottas, he struggles to get past people, and that's where you see the driver quality. Hamilton will just pick them off like one by one. That's the difference. Like Bottas.
That's a great bruv, you need to be on Sky Sports, man.
Oh mate, they need to, but they wouldn't have me because like, I'd say things as it is. I'd say like, do you know what I'd say? I literally would knowing Nathan, you know Red Bull, they'll probably say the wing's moving again. Like I'd say it as it is. If Verstappen forces someone off the road like that in Brazil, I'd say as it is, it's cheating. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't stand for that because they
all right. If that's the case,
be in the middle. They don't want to be but they don't want to be biased. They want to be someone in the middle. It's just going
So,
to be
so do you think, in that case, since you're such an honest guy and a good sportsman, do you think your game against Watford a couple of weeks ago, do you think they were cheating?
What? Like Arsenal?
Yeah, poor sportsmanship. Did you call that out?
Yeah, if I saw it, I would have called it out.
I don't know, but at the time, the result's been done. The ball got played out. Do you think that was poor sportsmanship?
Oh no,
so.
no.
I would say so. If it, I'd have to go back and look at it because I didn't really pick it up, to be honest. If I did pick it up, then I would have said something about it. I want to make my own opinion.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
But either way, it would have been my what I thought was my opinion. And if I thought it was good, if I think it didn't really count as bad sportsmanship, I'll say it's not bad sportsmanship.
Okay, fair enough. Fair good then.
But if you see like something, if you saw with Perez and Alonso earlier, they were just forcing each other off the circuit. But how the funny thing is, Perez is staying on the circuit. That's fair, right? Forcing a driver off the circuit, that's what you mean. You stay on the circuit, but you force the driver off.
Yeah.
What Verstappen did was, I don't care what happens, I'm staying in the lead no matter what. If you take me out, we'll take each other out. Because I know I've got, and then also finish second, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Right? He knew exactly what he was doing. And the steering wheel angle makes it even more blatant. Even Verstappen fans were coming out on Twitter and saying, I'm a Verstappen fan, but even he's like, nah, you're in the wrong.
Your breakdown of it the other day is epic, man. I really enjoyed when you went into detail, man. It really sort of confirmed it. Even if there was any doubt before that, there can be no doubt after you broke that down, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, those things need to be sort of, because not everyone knows, understands, like, the rules of combat when you go into F1 compared to, like, touring cars. You can have that bump across people and do stupid moves like that because you can bump each other off the road and get away with it. In F1, if you do that, you're both in the war at 200 miles an hour. They're doing 200 miles an hour as they're going into that braking zone.
Yeah.
Right? But Verstappen, he's so determined to stay in front and so worried about himself, because don't forget, Perez was asking, he needs a DRS. Didn't worry about it. He was more like, well, getting himself far away as possible. But he's so focused on himself. Boom. That was it. I don't care what happens. I'm taking that corner. I'm diving on the inside. You're not getting past. If it means I go off the circuit with you, fine. And he could have still made that corner. He could have still made it. But he decided not to turn in. And then he comes out and says in the press conference, oh, if I turned in if I turned in even more, I would have spun the car. So why'd you turn even more when you knew you were going off circuit, you idiot? Right, I've seen tons of onboards in the whole of F1. That car was never unstable. Right?
Yeah.
That was like me going on F1 online and doing it because I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Like, but I can do it on there because it's a game. This ain't a game. Right? Even the marshal in the background, if you saw the marshal in the background, it was like because he was expecting to collect 2 cars.
So has there been any penalty since?
No, not for that. No, what they've been told is because what happens is if there's new evidence that comes around, which was that new onboard footage, which apparently didn't turn up during the race. It's very surprising how much at Silverstone turns up, but then during the Grand Prix, but Verstappen it doesn't. Very funny, like, and then you see that, and then that's obviously got to go for review. So they've gone and set their review, saying, "Look, he's already turned in. Come on, like, and they've obviously, those reviews usually just get thrown straight out. They usually just throw them straight out unless it's literally damning evidence. So that was more evidence than what Red Bull tried to do a review in Hungary, right? To try and prove Hamilton was more in the wrong in Silverstone, right?
Yeah.
They had the Mercedes are more of a case, right? It's
Alain Prost.
Yeah. So for me, it's like yeah. So for me, how did they not give that after that? And then in the driver's briefing, they're all sitting there saying, "Well, what are the rules then? What are the rules then? What's the rules of combat? Do we go in? Do we go in the jungle?"
Fernando Alonso, man, what a great podium.
Yeah, it's quality driver, mate. It's what you get from him, innit? It's
He's buzzing, isn't he? He's well happy.
yeah, big up, lads. I have to say, this funny as it's F1 and what's happened with that Ollie is no longer in the race championship after being in it for so. Unfortunately, Arteta's still in it. Yeah, well, there you go. Actually, nothing funny about that. But yeah, no wise Tio, big up. Yeah, I mean, I just ask you quickly, like about Ollie. What do you make of it, man? Because I put a tweet out about Ollie and saying like how Man United have done it, like leaking it out to the press. It's like sort of telling your mate to go tell your missus you split up with her. Like
I saw your comment. I saw your comment on. Yeah.
I don't like that at all. How they treated him is disgusting. To be honest.
Oh, I've got no issue with that. I don't think it's a problem. I think things are always going to be leaked out. You know, you could say the same about information being leaked. Say,
it's not so much that, but this is why I didn't know too much about what's going on. I didn't know that Phelan, McKenna, and all that have been there since Mourinho and before.
Yeah.
So if they've been there before and it's gone on wrong, and now you're putting them in charge, well, clearly it's not just Ollie it's a problem; it's all a collective, right?
So what are you suggesting?
And it's not just Ollie is a problem. Don't get me wrong; he deserves to go.
Yeah.
But then the Phelan deserves to get the sack. McKenna deserves the sack. Right, Carrot deserves the sack because they're coaching the team as well as the manager, and they ain't done the job. So
when a new manager comes into a club, he usually brings his own coaching staff, doesn't he? People he trusts.
Yeah, but I don't think.
So with Ollie, who came as interim, and he just accepted the people who were there already.
But this is the thing: is that I don't think they'll do that. They'll just say they'll want a manager, and they'll just say you have to work with them. That's what I think.
Quite possible, yeah. Quite possible.
Like to make it look like it's Ollie, it's the problem. So you.
Well, I think I think the manager is responsible. If Ollie's a good manager, he recognizes there's an issue with these guys, then he should do something about that. And that's what a good manager is.
I get that, and then that's why I said he had to go, and I didn't really accept the excuses of that.
Are you still because Arsenal have been on really good form since the first 3 games?
Mate, everything I've said about Arsenal is happening. Like I said, everyone that like beating Watford, beating Norwich, beating Burnley all 1-0, right? Well, great, that's fine. But when you come to play Liverpool and you're only playing 20-minute spells in games, you're gonna get spanked. What happened?
The Leicester result was good, though.
The Leicester result was the Leicester result was decent, but then the second half they were battering us. It could have been 2-2.
Mm-hmm. So you think it's a false form? It's kind of like
all false, mate. It was all
okay. That's interesting.
It was all covering cracks again.
Yeah.
Right? And then Liverpool turn up, and everyone's saying, "Oh, we could get above Liverpool if we actually play. If we turn up, we could get a result. We could." Some people saying we could actually win the game, for God's sake. And some people saying, like some guy on a big channel we all know saying that we're gonna win the title. But beating Watford 1-0. Come on.
Right.
Yeah. What's he saying now? And he's now like, oh well, like he was coming out and saying, oh, like we weren't on it today. I'm like, yeah, you look like an idiot now, don't you?
So today, what do you think of this new track? This is debut for this track. You like it?
I think it was good, mate. Of obviously the punches because the tyres are on. They said the tyres have been on such loads all weekend. The most it's ever been because they're always. And I just said it earlier because of these punches are happening during the end of the race. They're on tyres so long, under pressure. They're always on half a G of load. It meant that those punches were going to happen if you push them too much because it's like if you look at the circuit compared to other circuits we go to, it kind of looked like that Sakira a little bit, but it was it's like a MotoGP circuit. It's designed for like motorbikes. You can see it's designed
Okay.
for motorbikes, where one flows into the other, and they're
Yeah.
you see what I mean? And whereas a racing Grand Prix circuit, you would have technical sections where you'd have 90-degree right-handers, and you'd have to
Right.
switch the car and turn the car around. A lot more turning than you would probably have to do on a motorcycle. So where here it's all nearly flat, and you can see most of that second sector, Hamilton took flat out in qualifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. So and that costs a lot of tire wear because of the amount of load you're on. So
are you, because you play a lot of F1 games, so you can get like simulation things, so you know tracks and corners, everything else. Would that be in a new game? And how long would it take you to master it?
That was a late addition during the season, so that would have been that was in the original calendar.
Okay. So what's your knowledge of
the original calendar? Was 23 races, and it was having Singapore in there as well, but then it was cancelled halfway through. And
but what's your are you familiar with this track now after the weekend? And
a little bit now I've seen it and what it's like, and it's not a bad circuit. It's not. I haven't got.
Didn't they said there wouldn't be many overtakes, and do you think that was turned out to be true?
The problem. Yeah, it was the problem at the start. Once the tyre wear started kicking in, then you saw more overtakes.
Okay.
But, if it was not so much wear, then they would have struggled with overtaking because because of the fast corners, because you're going 5th, 6th, 7th gear through these fast corners, you need all the aerodynamic effect. So it's about 40%, and you're losing at 10 meters 42% of your downforce with these cars. If you did put that next year, they'd be all a lot closer, and we'll be having no overtakes left, right, and centre because they're losing about 14% at 10 meters, not 42. So they're losing so much more less downforce. I'm not going to listen to Paul di Resta because he's so far up Verstappen's ass. It's unreal. Like, guy's supposed to be a Brit, like, for God's sake. Maybe he's just jealous of the fact he didn't actually get his career off the line. Like, actually performed better, you actually would have done.
Who's your driver of the race then?
My driver of the race. Here you go. Look, first thing he's talking about, Max Verstappen. What a surprise. My driver of the day, it's got to be Alonso for me.
Yeah, me too.
I'd say Alonso for me. Let me have a look at the timing screens. You could say Alonso. Perez had a good race up to 4th, I'd say.
Yeah.
You could have a good.
What Max coming like jumping from?
Max had a good race. I was expecting that from Max though, to be honest.
Oh really?
I did expect that from Max. Like, because all he had to do is get past. Because I was expecting Bottas to like turn up and actually turn like. Bottas had a mare of a start, so even that, after what I saw in the Russian Grand Prix, I was expecting Max to be able to turn up and be able to get past these guys and get someone back up second. And all he had to do is get a good start. And once he got a good start, that was it. He nearly got taken out of turn 1 by Alonso, which would have made me laugh. It would have just been karma. It would have been absolute karma. Like forced off the circuit and taken out. Bang. Like
oh yeah. I'm watching it. Yeah.
You saw that replay. You can see he's a little bit looking like he needs to protect himself because.
But from that, Alonso got past
people say he's still going to drive. He says he's still driving the same as he is. Sorry, right? But he's not, because you can see. Look, he's just being very careful on the inside, not getting anywhere near anyone. He's trying to protect himself because he knows he's got the championship on the line. And he's so. You can see when he got out of the car, he's like, 8 points now. Jesus, what we're gonna do to stop this?
What do you think? Is this the best the best championship for a long time?
For a while,
as in terms of head to head.
Since 2014 to 16.
That's Rosberg.
That's Hamilton and Rosberg.
Okay.
And then before that was 2012 with Alonso and Vettel. Between two opposing teams, it's been since Alonso and Vettel.
Wow.
And Alonso had no right to be in that fight, to be honest. He had no right with the car they had. But this championship in terms of two teams, like, I mean, obviously it's got to be because you didn't see it with Ferrari. They put a challenge in, but in the end, they dropped off like a stone. So
Bottas's start was, oh my god,
the start was atrocious. It really was
terrible. That's terrible. So where's the next race? Where is it?
Saudi Arabia now. That's
And is that next week?
That's next week.
Wow.
The Jeddah.
What's on your menu then? How are you covering that? You doing the practice? You doing, because it's big. You have to. This is historic, Stephen. We can go back and watch your show like later in years about this historic battle.
We've done most of the Grand Prix. I think we've done every single Grand Prix at the minute. So I think I'm not sure about the qualifying stage. We've done every single race, but let me have a look at the. That's our time, because it's I think it's another night race as well, or twilight race, something like that. It's also a very fast circuit. It's very dependent on straight line speed as well. So again, Mercedes have got their new fresh engine for Hamilton and that. So it could be a Mercedes. They said most of these circuits are more towards Mercedes. So, and that's why Bundle said I would happy to be Mercedes with Hamilton in his car right now.
So if it's a 1-2-1-2 for the next two races, that mean Lewis would win it?
If Hamilton wins the next two races, he wins the championship.
Wow. If
Hamilton wins the next race and then finishes ahead of Verstappen in the next race, he wins the championship. Only if Verstappen has managed to get fastest lap out on the second to last race, and next the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. If he gets the second to last lap and be 2 points ahead going into the next race, and then they finish 4th or 5th, then Max would win it on virtue of wins. Because he's won more race wins than Lewis.
Right. But imagine that! Oh my god, it's coming down to the wire. This is epic.
I told you it's coming down. It will. I said it will go down to the last race, and it will do.
I didn't believe it. If you would have said that, I would have never believed it.
Everyone said after Mexico it was all over, and I said don't ever. I said I wouldn't stop believing until it's mathematically impossible, and this is why I didn't stop believing, because I knew Hamilton will go back and find some way of doing it, and he's done it. He's put himself. And most people now are looking at it and saying that Mercedes look favourites. And they're still set 8 points behind in the Drivers' Championship.
Amazing. So, Hamilton is something special, isn't he, as a driver?
Yeah. And, like, it's a funny thing. Like, and this is what that winds me up, is that I know there are people out there that just don't like him for whatever reason. There's actually people that do their own watch along on it. Their agenda is so far up their ass. And you know, I've told you before who they are. First of all, they don't call out when he was being racially abused ever. Not any of the streams after. They didn't call it out straight away. So they only call out racism when they want to. 2, accuse Hamilton of never making a corner and trying to take out Verstappen deliberately, though he was side by side, frame by frame. He's got a picture. I've got a picture to prove it.
What circuit was that at again?
That Silverstone. No, it's that Silverstone accident. The accident at Silverstone. And then 3. When Verstappen goes diving down the inside and nearly takes both of them out, you're then cheering that on. You're cheering someone quite happily to take someone out the race and injure someone. Like Schumacher tried to do to Villeneuve, or Schumacher tried to do to Hill. Are you sick? Are you seriously sick? And then also to say on top of that, it said, "Oh, hopefully it'll be Hamilton's turn in the war." Are you sick?
Stephen, everyone knows you as Hamilton lover. Everyone, it's also been claimed that you've got something against Max. Rightly so. You can justify that he's a bit too aggressive, a bit dangerous at times, and that's fair.
But respect for the rules at the minute.
But just during this season, has your opinion of Max improved at all? Is there any positive you can now say about Max as a driver
I will give him
that you
this.
would have said maybe before?
Look, I'll give him this. Handling the pressure of being in a title fight against Lewis Hamilton, like Vettel tried it and it didn't work. So he's matured. He has matured a lot as a driver on track at times. He's been faultless at times, and you can't deny that. In terms of race wins, he deserves most of the race wins he's had, most of them. But again, there are those common flaws of where it becomes very childish. So, like, beginning of the season was always like showing that he was pissed off after qualifying, and
Right.
I think luckily he's managed. There's like one thing he's learned not to do that in front of Hamilton, because it gets in his it's the mentality thing. He's learned that. I'll give him that. But in the end, his immaturity as a driver, where he just doesn't seem to just really to just take the points and go again next race and beat him next time round, which is what he should have done maybe in Brazil or even Spain as well, aggressively weaving. Italy, another one. And again, the immaturity where he just comes on the radio and even though he's done it to Lewis, comes on and says, "Oh, that's why you haven't leave the space," even though he's parked the car on Lewis's head and then he's taking Lewis's head off.
That's fair. How tall is Toto Wolff?
Very tall.
He looks it. I've just seen an angle of him.
He's very tall. Like his wife is a racing driver. She's about a shoulder level. On top of
my God.
Shoulder level. So yeah, he's a very, very tall guy. He wouldn't do well as a racing driver.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But yeah. So we've got the review tomorrow. So I've got 2 streams to do tomorrow.
So what have you got on this week then? So are you covering Arsenal?
Yeah, we got Arsenal. We got also Champions League, haven't we? So I'll be doing Champions League. I'm gonna be doing Champions League streams. Yeah, I want to do better at that, to be honest. I want to do better. So
and are you going to do a post race review for this as well?
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow actually.
Okay.
I was thinking of actually doing fan cams for it as well. So
how would that work? So how's that going to work?
Well, basically, fan cams, how they work is basically I set up a record only link on StreamYard. So I don't stream it live. I just record it and then upload it later onto YouTube. And basically what you do is it's like a fan cam like you would do outside the stadium, but then it's just on here. So
nice.
So
who did you have on today?
I don't see anyone do it for Formula One, so that's why
That might work. That might work. Yeah. But you have you met is there a good Formula One community for podcasting? Is there
there's numerous channels out there. There's numerous channels that I've been on. I don't know if you know Lauren Page.
No.
United.
Oh yeah. Lauren, short.
Yeah,
Manchester girl. Yeah. I met her. I met her in Manchester the other day. It's
nice. Chelsea United as well. They do their own starting grid. That was on.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was on
Friday.
On
nice one.
They do their own show. So there's channels out there. DNF1 podcast. Adam, who's I don't know if you know 1892 Red podcast. Luke, who's on there. Adam, who does the DNF1 podcast. That's his brother. So
okay. Good. So you are networking well with other guys then doing the
just trying to get that community together. We've got our own group chat on Twitter for the channel, so it's trying to.
I think it's really special. Like having a great season like this year is brought a lot of exposure to it, and with your podcast and that, I hope everyone's subscribing and tuning in and sharing this because
what's nice
honestly,
as well is that instead of just talking about the F1 as well, is that even people that not even maybe are sort of interested in F1 and just want to come and support the channel, they at least try and get involved a little bit and they try and ask questions on. I've seen people do watch-alongs, and you see their chat. They're talking about rubbish. They're talking about football, or they're talking about what they've had for dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
We're talking. They're still coming on, and they're in the chat. As much as they don't like F1, they're still coming on and asking, "What's the race been like? What the pit stops like?" Because I think now what we've learned, and I've been a victim of this, is that I've gone off tangent and talked about something else when I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Where now I'm talking about, like, everyone knows this is an F1 stream. I'm not going to talk about
Yeah.
anything else. I had a quick mention on it, but that was it. I was not going to talk.
That's
anything
breaking
else.
news.
I was going to talk solely about that. If you're going to get any interaction from me, it's going to be coming from like an F1 side. So yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think fair play, Stephen. Like, my interest in, I've always had interest in it, but having someone to talk to, because I can sit there, and if I don't know something, I've never really had someone to talk to. I'd have to listen or look at videos, or whatever. But now having you as my friend, I can always go to you're my go-to to say, oh, what's that mean, or what's your opinion on A, B, and C, you know? And you just
That's the thing.
So I know I can always like bail you up or something and get some insight into the game
as well. So you
is
there anything in the sport that, I mean, there's even sport. There may be things in the sport or like little grey areas in the rules that maybe I don't even know, maybe. And then there's been a couple of times where I've been on the F1 podcast and they've pointed it out even, and I've forgot about it. And like, there's always stuff you can learn about it. There's so much you can still learn about it.
I can't wait to see your end of season review, because I think this is so many talking points this year. And
it's going to be a whole, we're going to be doing a whole hour and a half on it, mate, because it's going to be
longer.
Really,
and the rest.
It's going to be a really in-depth one. We're going to have to go really in it. We're going to have to get everyone together and have a good in-depth discussion. So if we're going to do a review about the season, no matter which way it's going, we'll be doing one where we're rolling on what. We're not going to be doing like one checker flag show or something, because like Verstappen want to go on Prix or Hamilton want to go on Prix, and that's it. We'll be doing it either way, and we're just going to have to. The only thing I would say is that after some of the things Red Bull have done, and the things that Red Bull and some of the things that like some of the driving that Max Verstappen did, I'm not going to be totally accepting of Max Verstappen winning his title. I'm not really going to, because like of some of the actions that have been going on, like Monza, like Brazil, just like there's been. Whereas if it was Vettel and Hamilton in 2018, I would have accepted it if he lost the title, because it was fair, hard racing. What I saw in Brazil was a complete, absolute overhaul of it, and now the FIA did not do a single thing. Is why I put literally on my title. Is that
the best race so far for you this season?
It's one of the best races I've ever seen Lewis Hamilton drive in his career.
Yeah. So not necessarily the best race for racing, but for the best race team for Lewis.
I will give critics this: if the sprint race, he would not have won that Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So the fact he had the sprint week, advantage, even I like as it is with just qualifying the race, right? But like, you take it, and like, still to be disciplined enough in 24 laps, so easy just to be going, I've got to get it done this lap, just go bursting in, take the front wing off, and it makes it 10 times worse. Right? He had discipline of just taking the time, picking it off bit by bit by bit, even though like 5th was going to mean 10th. He knows, like, that's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
Let's go at next race, and then next race, bang, 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 straight away. Right. So, and that's what separates the great from the good. You saw Bottas got dropped to 11th. Sitting there just stuck. And that's the difference. And this is why I keep saying to everyone, can't have a guy like Lewis Hamilton for being a number 1 driver. You can't. Because he's better than him. It's simple. He's better than him.
It's evident. Listen, sorry, Steve, I'm gonna have to go because I'm waiting for food and got sort of things out.
Anyway.
Thanks for having me on, man. I enjoyed the race, bits that I could watch, and I can't believe, I'm gonna be tuning in for the next couple of weeks to see what goes down and how you're reporting it.
I don't know if you're free later. You want to do a fan cam for it or anything like that. So
let's give WhatsApp me.
yeah, I'll message you. See if we do one.
Yeah, message me. Give me the details.
If we're gonna do one, we'll do one tonight because I'm gonna be.
Okay.
I'll be free for the rest of the evening. So.
All right, bro. Respect, man, and big up all your viewers. Make sure you tune in, subscribe. Best F1 channel out there.
Thank you. Big up.
All right, bro. Nice one.
See you later, mate. See ya.
Take care.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave it there. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, people. Hit the share button. You can see it's getting dark as well. Make sure you hit the share and like button. We're back tomorrow night. Sorry, I know I was gonna do it this evening. I was also gonna do watch fan cams for the football last night. My bad. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, my computer died. My computer died. I hope people donate to Children in Need on Friday. If not, they're still trying to donate, right? Yeah, definitely. Should do that as well. Donate to Children in Need, obviously, and Children in Need also some of the money goes to Children's Liver Disease Foundation as well. That's why I always put my little bit in as well. So any bit helps, and it as well helps other great charities as well. So make sure you do that. If I had time tonight and I had the energy, I'd be doing something for the children in need. I would have done something, but I am absolutely zonked. So yeah, there's not much else I can say on tonight. Do you know what? It's honestly, this title race is just so. This is why I love F1 over football, to be honest. And I've always had that battle between football and F1, like for so long. And it's not just because that Arsenal shit. It's not that. It's because like F1 for me has always been like a source of nice action racing. Not just because that one keeps winning. It's just that it's something like cheers me up every time I watch. Every time I watch, I always get cheered up by watching F1. I always get like energetic. I always go mad. I always get like pumped. You see me on streams. I'm always pumped all the time. So like that's why I always hold it more dearly than football. And you can see like I'm dressed out in. I've got hoodies. I've got the hoodie. I've got the jumper. I get the shirt every year. I get the jacket. I get the hat, the gloves. I get like I'm like in terms of Mercedes and Sport and Hamilton, I'm like Ty when it comes to this. Like I've got boys buy the merch, like, but because I know the merch also goes to help support the team, which then goes to support the car, so and helps Hamilton win. So like I ain't got a problem with that. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm rabbiting on, and yeah, and I've got to get on, and I've got other stuff to do. I will be doing a review tomorrow. I'll be doing it tomorrow. I won't do it today. I'm knackered. I've done qualifying stream, which I got pumped for the F football stream. Then I've done today's stream, so I am knackered, and I need like some rest. I need some break. I might get some fan cams done tonight if I get a chance. I'll like I just said with a Monday. If not, then not. But until then, everyone stay safe. Everyone stay safe, stay well. If you haven't been vaccinated yet, you haven't had your booster, go get it done. Like, don't be stupid, just get it done. Like, in the end, it's done by the top scientists in the world, and the top scientists in the world is the reason I'm here. So, like, these people don't fuck around. Like, so get it done. Like, so if not for yourself, do it for your family and your friends. So, but yeah, we're gonna leave it there. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe, become a member as well. $1.99, like just like King Tony there, which were like big up yourself. $1.99 gets you the first level. Second level to get all the access, early access to our videos, new videos. I've got the watch along from last race coming out. There won't be what we watch along the highlights of this one because there's nothing going on. This one pretty boring. This one, but there will be a watch along highlights for the football, the Arsenal game, and there'll be more of them coming up in the winter because obviously the F1 will finish. When we start a new channel, I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to other people about that. But yeah, make sure to keep it in the like, keep it in the subscribe, keep it in the share button, and we're back tomorrow with the EPL review show. We're doing that, and we're doing the review. Okay, right. Until then, take care, stay safe, stay well, and we see you soon. Bye bye.